Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today is Friday, October 13th, 2023. Today is like the second Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update, right? At the close of the market today, basically, a news release came out from Stronghold, and it included our September 2023 Bitcoin mining update. So we mined, just to keep it really simple, the Bitcoin equivalent of 203 Bitcoin. 196 Bitcoin directly mined. When you include the 0.2 in energy revenue, that's about 7 additional Bitcoin. Added all together, you get 203 Bitcoin. Hey, not bad. That said, there are some issues that we're going to talk about regarding Scrubgrass, right? That's our Western Pennsylvania waste coal reclamation facility. Let's get into that on Monday, okay? I want to draw your attention to something else that was mentioned in this news release that I think has truly profound implications, not just for our present, but for our future. Okay. Frontier Managed Services Agreement. By the way, I will link to the news release in the description of this video. I'd encourage you to check it out, read it for yourself. Let me just read this verbatim. Stronghold has been focused on the optimization of its data centers following the receipt of the Bitcoin miners to reach its previously announced 4 exahash target. Okay. This has included working with Frontier Mining, an industry-leading Bitcoin mining data center management company, in a temporary consulting capacity regarding a thorough assessment of the opportunity to maximize data center revenue opportunities. That is a critical sentence. And it'll become clear why in a moment. On October 13th, that's today, 2023, Stronghold Digital Mining, a wholly owned subsidiary of the company and Frontier Outpost 8 LLC, right, Frontier, entered into a managed services agreement pursuant to which Frontier is to provide certain services, including monitoring, operating, and maintaining the company's wholly owned data centers located at each of the Panther Creek Power Plant and the Scrubgrass plant. Okay, now we're going to hear directly from our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Greg Beard. Okay, we're going to quote verbatim here. We are excited to partner with Frontier to enhance all aspects of our data centers and optimize Bitcoin production. We have known the Frontier team for years and admire their mining experience, or rather their mining expertise and experience, their management team and hands-on approach to operations, and we expect to move closer toward industry-leading uptime in the near future, or in the near term. Part of Frontier's compensation under the MSA is equity in Stronghold, which we believe aligns Stronghold and Frontier for the foreseeable future, while also signaling Frontier's confidence in our vertically integrated business model as we head into the Bitcoin halving that is projected to take place in April 2024. Okay, so that's directly from Greg, our CEO. This is a really, really, really big deal, I think. Now, this is somewhat speculative on my part, right? On the surface, yeah, it looks like we're going to be getting some advice as to how to run the data centers more efficiently. When we go to the Frontier Mining website, in fact, one of the services offered is, mining management. Okay, it's right in the center of the website. In fact, I'll link to the Frontier Mining website in the description of this video, just so you can check out the site as well. So, trust Frontier Mining to run your mining operations. With 25 years of experience in traditional data centers, Frontier knows how to increase your operations profitability. So that's one aspect of what Frontier Mining offers, okay? Now, let's take a step back for a moment. When you look at the very top of the Frontier website, okay, it says Bitcoin and cryptocurrency mining and hosting, the subheadline, providing turnkey cryptocurrency miners, colocation, and mining management services. Turnkey cryptocurrency miners. That's interesting. So, given my absolute, shameless obsession, right, with Stronghold Digital Mining, that immediately reminded me of an interview with Greg Beard, our Chief Executive Officer. And in that interview, I'm going to see if I could pull it up. I believe it was the Thinking Crypto podcast. The Thinking Crypto. Yeah, here it is. The Thinking Crypto. That's the channel. In fact, I'll link to this as well in the description of this video. And I'll specifically link to the portion of this podcast or interview that relates to what I think may be going on here. This was on September 29th, 2022. So just about a year ago. So if you look at the chapters, right around the 29-minute, 40-second mark, the title of this chapter is called Services to Retail. Now listen, I respect the Thinking Crypto website. I'm not going to play their content on this channel. I will link with the specific time code, so you can probably just listen to that section straight away. I'll link to that as well in the description of this video. But let me paraphrase what Greg said. Great, because the question was, hey, Tony, Edward, the host, great host, by the way. I like this interview a lot. He asks, and I'm paraphrasing, has Stronghold, hey, do you guys work with retail? And, Greg was like, well, no, but hey, but that's something I have an interest in. We have an interest in as a company. Because, hey, it's maybe one idea is, hey, what if we buy a bunch of Bitcoin mining machines at wholesale? Because remember, we have the ability to buy millions upon millions upon millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin mining machines, which typically then not only allow you to get a wholesale discount, but then sometimes there's other discounts you can get on top of that. So you can typically, when you're buying in bulk like that, you can usually, get these machines for really, really good prices, right? Because you're buying so many of them. Whereas if I want to buy one machine, two machines, maybe 3 machines, 5 machines, I'm going to be paying more of a retail price, which makes sense, right? I'm not going to buy 5,000 machines in one shot. Even if I bought them, where do I put them, right? I can't. This isn't. These aren't bags of Doritos, that I could just kind of store anywhere and, they just magically work. No, this is a big deal. Right? You got to plug them in, a lot of power consumption. So Stronghold Digital Mining has always had this interest, right? In, hey, how can we potentially partner with, in a win-win manner, with individuals, people like me, people like you, somebody who's like, hey, I want to mine some Bitcoin. And by the way, I have mined Bitcoin. It's a fun thing. It's a really, really cool thing, actually. And even to this, I'm not directly involved in mining in the sense of running my own equipment. I'm now at this point, right, a co-owner as you are as well, right, of Stronghold Digital Mining. So that's the vehicle through which I continue, right, my interest in Bitcoin mining. But I'll tell you, it is really cool when you can actually have even more direct, skin, so to speak, in the game, right? Where you're actually mining Bitcoin. And so it's really tough to do that, though. It's really, really tough to do that in the sense that even the machines that are coming out these days, you can't really just plug them into the wall. They just require, you'd have to definitely get some upgrades to your breaker box, right? That down in the basement, and there's more to it these days, right? So, okay, where am I going with this? Why am I so excited? Well, the minute I saw that, right, and let's go back once again to the news release, because I just want to highlight specifically that one portion, that one sentence, right, where it says, okay, let's find it again. Yes. A thorough assessment of the opportunity to maximize data center revenue opportunities. Hey, look, let's keep it real. Stronghold Digital Mining knows how to mine Bitcoin. We've been doing it, right? The company's been doing it. You don't need an outside party to come in and tell you how to do what you're already doing, all right? Yes, it's true that the expertise, right, that an organization like Frontier Mining can bring insofar as hey, how do we optimize operations, things like that. Yes, that's incredibly important, right? Remember, in our most recent, I believe, investor presentation, the question was asked, hey, does Stronghold Digital Mining, do you do anything with regard to, do you overclock your Bitcoin mining machines, right? And the answer was no, we really haven't messed with that. Hey, just think of that as potential upside. you know? So yeah, I mean, there are some things that we could potentially be doing to like enhance operations even further. This is speculative. I think the main reason, well, I think a secondarily important reason beyond what's mentioned in this news release, right? I think what's really also a part of this is this question of, hey, is there a way to kind of interface with, retail, people like me, people like you, right? We're, like that. We're not, in other words, like not institutions, not reaching out to some organization that has like, whatever, 80,000 miners, no, it's more like, hey, how can the company work with someone like me, right? And again, I go back to the Frontier Mining website and I, scroll down further and it says here, one team, one platform, all of the critical crypto mining capabilities. It's difficult to source stable and reliable crypto mining servers. I think they mean like Bitcoin mining machines, basically. They're using the term crypto because I think they do more than just Bitcoin. So it's even harder to power, cool, and manage the equipment once you have it. We provide our clients, this is Frontier saying this now, we provide our clients with custom fit mining as a service capabilities that will make you successful in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets. Scroll down a bit further. Okay, let's see. There was a section here. Yeah, here we go. Cryptocurrency miner hosting facilities. Looks like South Carolina hosting facility, it's full. Just like North American hosting facility, full. Colorado hosting facility, full. Penn hosting facility, full. I wonder if by Penn, as in PENN, that's a reference to Pennsylvania. We are not currently taking additional applications for this site. Is it fair to assume that Frontier Mining has an existing site here in Pennsylvania? I get that impression. Given that it's full, looks like all of their facilities are full, does it stand to reason that Frontier Mining, right, is looking for sites, places that can host Bitcoin mining equipment? By the way, Stronghold Digital Mining has 25 megawatts of end-to-end data center infrastructure that needs to be plugged in, needs to be turned on, and eventually needs to be filled with Bitcoin mining machines. I wonder if working with a company like Frontier Mining might be one potential avenue through which to fill that third site data center. Intriguing. Because remember, it seems as if though we already have all the Bitcoin mining machines we need to reach 4 exahash, and that's going to be a whole other topic. I kind of thought we were at 4 exahash, but there was something in the news release that kind of was a little bit confusing, a little bit unclear. We'll get to that next week. But right now, in terms of, hey, what's the next step in terms of our data center equipment? I think if we read between the lines of that news release and we look at what Frontier Mining does, which is what we've kind of scratched the surface of in this video, and we think about what Greg mentioned in that Thinking Crypto interview, and you put those two things together, I think we're going to be in a position to allow, say, someone like me, who's been out of the Bitcoin mining game now for a number of years, to potentially have a little bit of skin in the game. And best of all, to do so with the company that I love and trust so much, Stronghold Digital Mining, right? So this has the potential to be huge, like really huge, especially because, hey, the past is no guarantee of the future. We all know that. But we're probably going to be going into a Bitcoin bull run sometime next year, if not sooner, okay? And there's going to be a lot of interest, as there always is, in Bitcoin mining, right? You let Bitcoin get to 100,000 a coin, bro, you're going to be people coming out of the woodwork. Hey, man, I want a piece of that. And yes, some will say I'm going to buy some Bitcoin directly, maybe via an ETF, but there's always going to be a contingent of the market that's like, hey, I just want to mine this stuff, right? I want to be on the Bitcoin mining side of things, right? That's what makes the world a beautiful place, right? There's people with different interests and angles and ways of approaching things, right? So what if now we have this as something else to think about? Stronghold Digital Mining in partnership with Frontier Mining, potentially offering turnkey cryptocurrency, specifically, right, Bitcoin, I would presume, mining services to people like you and me in a win-win manner. So remember all those win-win hosting plus arrangements that Stronghold has gotten into with Foundry and Canaan? What if I can say, hey, I'm going to be getting into a win-win hosting arrangement with Stronghold. You can get into a win-win hosting arrangement with Stronghold, right? I think this is something very interesting, and certainly, again, this is highly speculative. Just like when I talk about carbon upcycling, that company out of Canada. Again, this is just, I'm piecing together all these little puzzle pieces along with you, and we're collectively trying to figure things out. And that's what makes this so much fun. But anyway, that's all I've got to share. I don't know. Has the SEC appealed that appellate court ruling? I'm not sure. I haven't checked. They haven't till midnight. So less than 4 hours to go or so. We'll see what happens in that regard. But hey, listen, I think this is a very, very interesting, relationship that's potentially developing between Stronghold Digital Mining and Frontier, at least in the short term, it seems. So, okay, that's going to be all for now. We have every reason to be positive. We have every reason to be great. And so I'm looking forward to continuing these many conversations as we've had in the past with you again. If not later this weekend, then certainly again on Monday. Okay, see you then.